As the Duterte administration promised an era of infrastructure development, we take a look into what projects have been done and which ones are yet to be started. In part 1, we featured the newly added and the biggest infrastructure projects in the President's updated list, among of which are the new Manila International Airport, a bridge linking Bataan and Cavite, the MRT projects, and the rehabilitation of the Ninoy Aquino International Airport. In this episode, we continue to dissect some of the 62 new build projects of the government. Railway system is among the priorities of the President. In fact, aside from the MRT projects we featured in part 1, there are 5 new railway projects in the President's new list, which cost the government a total of 153 billion pesos. The biggest of all 5 is the Cebu Monorail System, which cost a whopping 79 billion pesos. This project is proposed under a public-private partnership scheme by Udenna Corporation, chaired by Davao-based businessman Dennis Uy, a well-known ally of President Duterte. The project involves the construction and development of approximately 27-kilometer rail transit system composed of Cebu Central Line, a 17.7-kilometer elevated monorail transit system with 14 stations, the Cebu Airport Line, a 9.3-kilometer elevated monorail transit system with 6 stations, and a 5-hectare depot facility to be located close to Mactan-Cebu International Airport. The Cebu Monorail is designed to hold 12,000 to 15,000 passengers per direction per hour. Metro Cebu has been intensifying its public transportation and infrastructure projects due to the worsening traffic congestion. In October 2019, the Cebu provincial government declared a traffic crisis over the entire island. Despite being a metropolitan area of over 2.5 million people, there is no mass transportation system in Cebu aside from the traditional buses, taxis, jeeps, tricycles, and motorcycles for hire. Next notable railway project is the LRT6 Cavite Line A, or the modified LRT6 project phases 1 and 2 with an allocation of 50.4 billion pesos. Phase 1 of the project will connect Niog in Cavite to Dasmariñas City and thereon to Tagaytay, which will be covered on Phase 2. The 3 other railway projects are LRT2 West Extension with a budget amounting to 10.1 billion pesos, the East Extension for 9.5 billion pesos, and the 4th Bonifacio to Makati Sky Train with 3.52 billion pesos. The Duterte administration is also giving the same priority to air transportation with 7 new airport projects added to new build project list. This includes the improvement of Sangley Airport, which would cost 1.5 billion pesos, Bicol International Airport in New Legazpi with 5 billion pesos, Imlang Airport in Central Mindanao with 2.6 billion, the new Masbate Airport and new Dumaguete Airport in Bacong with 7 billion each, the Kalibo International Airport with 4 billion pesos, and the biggest of them all, the new Zamboanga International Airport with 14 billion pesos in funding. The Bicol International Airport is 60% complete as of February 2020. Once completed, it is expected to accommodate 2 million passengers annually with the new and higher capacity facilities and enhanced safety of airport operation. The construction of the said airport has been halted for 11 years as the previous administration was reluctant to continue the legacies of his predecessor, former President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo. With a new international gateway, the government expects that tourism industry in the area would further improve and help Albay become an economic powerhouse. Bicol is a popular tourist destination as it serves home to Mount Mayon, which is famous for its near-perfect cone form. As Metro Manila grapples for water shortage, the President addresses it by constructing dams. Aside from the very controversial Kaliwa Dam, the President will be erecting another 3 new dams and will improve an existing one. The biggest of the 3 new dams is the Kanan Dam project with a program funding of 56 billion pesos. The said project, which will be composed of 2 dams, is under a public-private partnership scheme between the Quezon Province and the Energy World Corporation. These dams aim to supply 1,800 million liters per day to concessionaires Manila Water and Maynilad Water Services. The three other dam projects are the Wawa bulk water supply with 20 billion peso funding, the Cabulnan 2 multipurpose irrigation and power project with 31.2 billion peso allocation, and the Angat water transmission improvement project with 3.3 billion pesos in funding. We continue to feature the rest of the 62 new Build projects in our next episode. Please subscribe and click the bell button to get notified.